Folks, in my 20 years in the league, I've never seen anything like this. What's unfolding right now is approaching the realm of the unbelievable. A seismic shift so massive, so calculated, that it threatens to reshape the very foundation of the NFL as we know it. I know what I'm about to share sounds crazy, almost impossible. But trust me, I've pieced together every scrap of intel, connected every high-level source, and I've uncovered something that could change the game forever. What you're about to hear isn't just a rumor. It's a potential masterstroke, a clandestine move of genius, a clandestine play that could send shockwaves across the league. And make no mistake, the real story is still hidden beneath layers of secrecy, waiting to explode at any moment. But I guarantee this secret is still only the tip of the iceberg, and what's coming next will blow your mind. If you think you've seen all the NFL twists and turns, think again. This is different. This is bigger. And if you want to be inside the game, if you want to understand the real strategy behind the headlines, you'd better stay tuned, subscribe, and hit that bell. Because what I'm about to reveal will not just change your perception, it will redefine what you thought possible in the NFL offseason of 2026. Now, let's dive deep into the underbelly of this maze, examine what's really happening behind closed doors, and understand why the fallout from this move could be the most epic in football history. Because what's brewing isn't just a simple trade, it's an orchestrated masterpiece, a chess move that will leave the league reeling. And trust me, the clock is ticking, the chessboard is set, and the pieces are moving right now. Do you feel the tension? That's because what's coming is nothing short of legendary. Let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers first, what they desperately need, what they're missing, and why this right now could be the most crucial offseason in franchise history. Because, folks, the Steelers aren't just aiming to rebuild, they're aiming to dominate. And they're looking for a game changer, a piece so disruptive, so elite, that it can push them past the AFC North boundaries into real Super Bowl contention. The Steelers' weaknesses are glaring. Their run defense remains solid but inconsistent, especially when facing top-tier offensive lines. Their linebacker core, while gritty, lacks that game-changing pass rush the way it used to in the 2000s. And their secondary, though improved, still shows vulnerabilities against elite passing attacks. But what this team really needs, what has been a long-standing gap, is a true difference-maker on the edge, someone who commands double teams, commands respect, and can close out games with relentless pressure. Analyzing film, what do you see? Historically, Pittsburgh's defensive schemes rely heavily on top-tier pass rushers to set the tone. When they had James Harrison, T.J. Watt, or Bud Dupree in their prime, the defense was a nightmare for any offense. But in recent years, injuries and aging have hit hard, and the Steelers need that next elite edge to bring back the ferocity. Their philosophy has always been about aggressive, relentless pressure, yet they've been missing that one special player who can consistently beat blockers, collapse the pocket, and turn games on their head. According to advanced analytics, their pressure rate and sack percentage have dipped below league averages, which, considering their historical standards, is unacceptable. They need a player who can generate at least 15 sacks a season, a true game wrecker. You look at their roster. Alex Highsmith has been excellent, but he's not the franchise-altering force. They need someone like a premier pass rusher, a guy who terrorizes QBs week in and week out. That's where this story turns. See, the perfect solution for the Steelers has been out there all along. And that solution, folks, is none other than Josh Hines-Allen. Now I know what you're thinking. Wait, hold on, Hines-Allen is with Jacksonville. Why is he the answer for Pittsburgh? That's precisely the point. Because behind the scenes, multiple NFL sources have indicated a clandestine, high-stakes game is in motion, one that involves Hines-Allen's future beyond Jacksonville. And trust me, Hines-Allen isn't just some rising star. He's a blueprint of what the Steelers desperately need. Elite athleticism, relentless motor, a technical master of the edge rush, and a fire to dominate. Of course, his stats don't scream unbeatable, but when you break down the advanced metrics, pressure percentages, snap-to-sack conversion, Josh Hines-Allen is universally regarded as a top 5 pass rusher in the league. ESPN's Top 100, where he ranked number 43, isn't just a fluke. Those numbers are backed by film, by the eye test, by the intangible presence he commands on the field. Let's do a deep dive into his film. From Kentucky to Jacksonville, Hines-Allen's game has evolved significantly. His first step is explosive, a perfect blend of power and speed that allows him to defeat blockers. His hand techniques, precise, literally transforming into a surgeon's scalpel at the point of attack. The way he bends the edge, maintains leverage, and accelerates through the tackle window is reminiscent of the best in the league. His sack-a-sack rate in 2023 was staggering, 17.5 sacks, which led to his massive extension and a clear signal from Jacksonville that they see him as a franchise cornerstone. But here's the kicker. Hines Allen's advanced metrics are even more impressive. His pressures per game routinely top 5, meaning he's constantly disruptive, constantly in the backfield. Teams double-team him, yet he still finds a way to slip blocks. His success isn't just raw talent, it's a high-level understanding of offensive line schemes, counters, and quick hands. According to pro scouting reports, his ability to collapse the pocket from the outside makes quarterbacks uncomfortable, which often results in hurried throws or turnovers. Now, his sack totals fluctuate, 8.0 in 2025 after a career-best 17.5 in 2023. But that's primarily due to game plan adjustments, double-teaming, and Jacksonville's scheme. The raw potential remains unmatched. The truth is, Hines Allen's efficiency isn't just about raw numbers, it's about the multiple layers of disruption he creates, which don't always show up on the stat sheet. Why is this so intriguing for Pittsburgh? Because the Steelers have grown increasingly desperate for that disruptive force. As of this moment, their pass rush is good but not elite. They lack that game wrecker who can change the entire gameplan of opponents. And with Mike McCarthy now in the fold, an offensive-minded coach with an eye for talent, the fit becomes even more appealing. McCarthy's track record of maximizing talent, combined with a defense that can complement an aggressive pass rusher, creates the perfect storm. So how does the trade mechanic work? That's the next part, and it's where the chess moves happen. Jacksonville values Hines Allen at a premium, obviously, given his recent contract and production. Rumors suggest they are open to moving him if the package is right, especially if they see a clear path for him to chase a Super Bowl ring elsewhere. On the other hand, the Steelers' front office, led by Omar Khan, has been quietly orchestrating groundwork, knowing that their window to compete is now, not later. The trade would likely involve a combination of draft picks, probably a first-rounder plus additional day 2 selections, and a player or two, perhaps a veteran on the roster for salary cap considerations. Jacksonville's front office may push for a high-value package, aiming to capitalize on Hines Allen's rising stock and potential for even bigger seasons ahead. Meanwhile, the Steelers have leverage, cap space, draft capital, and the desire for immediate impact. Cap-wise, this move isn't simple. Hines Allen's $30 million per year salary is a significant hit, but the Steelers are known for creative cap gymnastics. They're likely to structure the deal with signing bonuses, prorated bonuses, and incentives, allowing them to absorb the hit without hamstringing their plans for other roster moves. Jacksonville, on the other hand, could be persuaded with a package that includes future draft picks or a combination of players they covet, especially if they're already eyeing the 2026 NFL Draft as a pivotal moment for their rebuild. But hold on, this isn't just about the immediate benefits. No, the real genius behind this is the fit. The Steelers' defensive scheme under Tyson Alualu and the new staff blueprint aligns perfectly with Hines Allen's skill set. His ability to set the edge, collapse the pocket, and rush the passer is exactly what they need to push their defense back into elite territory. Pairing him with Alex Highsmith would make opposing offenses think differently. They'd have to account for both speed and power on every snap. And think about the ripple effects. Imagine the impact on their secondary, with quarterbacks rushing throws, relying on quick passes, and forcing turnovers. The Steelers' defense would become a nightmare again, a true bend-but-don't-break unit that can also dominate late in games. Now, what about the worst-case scenario? If the trade falls through, or if Jacksonville demands too much, the Steelers might pivot, but the urgency is real. The league's best teams are already upgrading. Think Kansas City, Cincinnati, and Buffalo, all making bold moves. Pittsburgh can't afford to fall behind, especially with the AFC North tightening every year. And this brings us to what everyone is whispering. Will this be the secret move that launches the Steelers back into Super Bowl contention? That's the ultimate question. And I'm telling you, all signs point to yes. The pieces are aligning, the interest is high, and the league's best insiders are already whispering about this potential blockbuster. So now let's analyze how this could happen. The mechanics involve a delicate dance. Jacksonville's front office would need to be convinced they're getting fair value, especially since Heinz Allen's stock has only risen. The Steelers' front office, led by Omar Khan, knows they might have to overpay a little, perhaps a future first-round pick, a solid young player, and some cap flexibility. In terms of timing, this move could happen at any moment. The NFL offseason is in full swing, and with the combine and free agency just around the corner, this is when the league's chess masters make their boldest moves. If Jacksonville is truly open to trading Heinz Allen, and the intel suggests they are, they might be preparing to listen to offers now, creating a bidding war that only Pittsburgh can afford to lose. This trade, if executed, would send shockwaves across the league. It would electrify fan bases, shake up the AFC landscape, and put the Steelers squarely back into Super Bowl conversation. The ripple effects would be felt for years, because the true power of this move isn't just about one player. It's about asserting dominance, re-establishing a historic franchise's legacy, and sending a message that the Steelers are still a force to be reckoned with. And for those of you who have watched this game for decades, you know what this means. When Pittsburgh's defense starts to resemble their historic units of the past, everything changes. Opponents will think twice, fans will rally, and the Steelers will once again be the team everyone fears. Now I know what's coming next, the timeline. When will all this happen? Look, I've learned to trust the league's chess players. It could be any day now, maybe before the NFL Combine, maybe during the early stages of free agency. But the moment this secret leaks, expect chaos. Because the league's insiders are already whispering about a big move, about Pittsburgh making a statement. In closing, let me leave you with this. The NFL landscape is about to change. The Steelers, under McCarthy with Khan orchestrating the strings, are about to make a play that could redefine the franchise and reshape the AFC. Josh Heinz Allen isn't just the target, he's the key. The dominoes are set, the players are in motion, and history is waiting to be written. Stay locked in, folks, because when the dust settles, this will be remembered as the moment Pittsburgh declared their return, and nothing will stand in their way.